Alrighty, welcome to the BNT Poddy, aka the Brent and Tahmana podcast. Another week, another episode. Are you keen for this one, Tahmana?
I'm keen.
I'm very keen. We got a very special guest, Beggsy.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on the
what's up,
poddy, mate.
BNT?
Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love to have you on the poddy. Let's get straight into things.
let's go.
We're going to talk about a few things. The King is back, aka Macca, is back from his break. Are you excited, guys?
Very excited.
Oh, very excited. Macca, welcome back, honestly.
Honestly, Blake has been very sad without you here, but now you're back. His heart is now filled. So it is very good to see. D-Pan, very big birthday shout out to D-Pan for last week. He's a listener on the Spotify. He listens to it on the way to work. He's actually a teacher at our school. Yeah, shout out to him. He turned 25, I think.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Maybe.
D-Pan.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, D-Pan.
Yeah.
He used to be my math teacher. He's really cool.
He's really cool.
Yeah, shout out D-Pan, honestly. He requested this birthday shout out. So shout out to you, man.
True.
Listening to the potty. It's love to see. It's pretty good, actually. We have a couple teachers that love listening to the potty, so it is really good to see. All right, so one of the main topics for this week, the Queen sadly dying, passing away. What are your thoughts on this, boys?
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, quite
Like,
sad,
I mean-
honestly.
Yeah.
It is. She didn't make it to 100. It's pretty
Yeah, in a
sad.
few years she could have wrote her own
But-
birthday card.
Yeah, exactly. It is sad, but now King Charles stepping in. Your thoughts on King Charles?
Yeah, I hope it'll be good.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about King Charles. I don't think it's a very good idea, but it's none of our business. Honestly, we're Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair enough. But now they're changing the coins and the $5 note because obviously the Queen is on it. They need to change it. Who do you reckon they should put on the coins?
100% Steve Irwin.
Yeah, honestly, there was an article. Everyone's been wanting Steve Irwin. I saw a podcast and they said puts Steve Irwin on one side and then a Stinger on the other. So instead of heads and tails, it's like Steve and Sting. I don't know. I thought that was pretty stupid, but yeah, definitely Steve Irwin. I mean, King Charles, yeah, but I don't reckon he'll look good on the coin, to be honest. What are your thoughts,
Look,
Tahmana?
honestly, I don't know if I like the idea of Steve Irwin on the coin, but you know what? No, I don't really like the idea of King Charles on the coin either. I don't know who should be on the coin. Let's be real. It's kind of. I mean, what I'm saying is like if we put King Charles on the coin, is it really going to be worth it? Like it's going to take a couple of years to transition all the money over. He's already quite old. He's an old monarch already. So, like, is it really gonna last? That's the question. Is it gonna last?
I hope so.
Yeah, who knows? Only time will tell. Yeah, not sure about that one, but yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But one last thing about the Queen's death is they're now changing the "God Save the Queen" song to "God Save the King" for King Charles. What are your thoughts on that, lads?
Yeah, I mean, it's better because there's now a king, and like saying God Save the Queen would be kind of silly when there's a king. So
Yeah, exactly right.
it's not that much of a change. It's just one word.
Yeah, exactly. I also heard from a teacher that when she used to be at school, that was the national anthem. There was no Australia Bands Fair. It was the God Saves the Queen. They had to memorize that whole thing and say it at assembly. Which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I actually thought that was quite interesting as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's get out of this sad topic. I mean, it's still kind of sad, but the Foo Fighters, if you don't know, old band, rock band, the Foo Fighters, had a tribute concert to the drummer that passed away. And the drummer's 16-year-old son came out and performed Hero. If you don't know the song, it's classic. The chorus is... So you'd know it, but he came on and he shredded that drum kit to pieces. So yeah, shout out to him. Also Brian May and some of the Queen members also came up and performed We Will Rock You. It was a really good tribute concert to see. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, very amazing tribute. I mean, it's really sad that the drummer passed away, and I think they pulled off the tribute amazingly by getting his own son to do the drums.
I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, it was.
Good job.
And I like that Queen came
Yeah, it
on.
was really good. Really, yeah, it was really good to see them paying respects because obviously, you know, he was a really good drummer, and to see his son step up there in a crowd filled of like thousands and thousands of people, you know, it's really nerve wracking to get up there and perform in front of 10 people, let alone thousands. So yeah, it was really good to see, and he's only 16 and he's shredding that, you know, like he's been in the Foo Fighters for years. So really, really good to see. Let's jump into our next topic, which is talking a bit about our social medias. So we've been on the TikTok grind recently, and one of our TikToks actually blew up. So like 1,200 views. Shout out to Blake. He came up with the idea. It's the TikTok trend where you say you need a napkin, and then you like pull someone's shirt, and then you like give it to the person. You'll see it if you go down below, hit the link tree, and follow the TikTok. We also did a few other TikToks, just following the TikTok trends. They did alright, not as well, but yeah, it's good to see the TikToks growing.
Yeah, it's good to see it growing.
But yeah,
Yeah, I hope,
yeah, exactly
more
right.
of the TikToks go viral. It'll bring like great attention to the BNT.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to grow our fan base other than just our mates. So we've also made some QR codes to the band team. We made stickers and stuck them around. So hopefully we can get some more traction. Hopefully the TikTok blows up and we get some more followers. It'd be really good. Hopefully we can try get the BNT fucking global. Would be sick.
Get it global. Also, I've got one of the QR codes here in front of me. I'm actually showing the camera right now. It's a pretty genius idea from Braith. Spontaneous, actually. He just came up with it. He was going to put like little posters, little stickers around because he had some sheet sticker paper, which is on this. Like he's peeled back and then you can stick it on things. But he decided to make it a QR. Oh shit! I just dropped it. But he decided to make it a QR code, and that was really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, obviously you scan the code, it gets all the links, and yeah, heaps of people have already scanned it, seen it around the music room and all that. So
Me,
yeah, it's good.
scan me.
You showed it to me this
Oh,
morning before first period. I thought it was a Rickroll, but I was surprised to see it was actually the link tree.
Yeah.
Click that link tree.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people think it's going to be some like sketchy ass website. They're going to get like 20 viruses, but it's really just the BNT. So if you're here and you're not subscribed, you haven't liked or done anything like that, please do follow us on all platforms. Follow us on the Spotify. Give us 5-star rating, all that jazz. We would really appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I'm going to pass it over to Tahmana to say anything he wants to say before he gets into the Tahmana Sport recap.
Well, honestly, I don't really have anything to say. I mean, I was just actually eating some yogurt before he said that, but I had to put that swiftly away. I wasn't expecting him to put the attention on me, honestly. But yeah, there's not much other than sport this week for me. So unless you want to move into sport recap now, Braith, I don't really mind. Up to you.
Yeah, let's go into the
Yeah,
sport
sport
recap. Everyone's
recap.
favorite.
Yeah,
Best part of the video.
Actually, no. Before we move on, I'm actually gonna talk to Brayden. Brayden, do you have anything that you want to bring up in the BNT?
No, not really. Like, I don't have many topics to cover. Like, I don't actually have any at all. I think we've covered everything important. So yeah,
Fantastic.
Go to the recap.
Yeah, let's do the recap. Like as I said, ladies and gentlemen, Brayden is Brady. sorry. Okay, Brayden is a very relevant. He has a lot of stuff to talk about. So we'll just move on now. So I've actually got a little bit of a sport recap this week. So first of all, just general news. Sport this week in England football, stuff like that. What we normally cover on the BNT is postponed. due to obviously the Queen's passing. It was postponed for the next few weeks, but it'll be coming back, I believe, next week. I'm not going to worry about the fixtures. This BNT is going to be a quickish sport recap. But yes, I'd just like to let you guys know that was postponed. Some fixtures I did want to bring up actually though was it was since the last time we recorded, obviously 3-1 Man United Arsenal. Get out of here, Shane Orge. And then second of all, 1-0 loss to Real Sociedad to Manchester United. They're two just fixtures I wanted to bring up because obviously Manchester United fan, and it's good to get it off my chest, I guess. But other than that, I am more going to be turning into local football this week, actually Australian football to be more precise. Obviously, A-League hasn't been played so far this season, but there has been, the Australia Cup fixtures and pre-season friendlies. So first, I'm going to go through the Australian Cup fixtures actually. So Australia Cup, currently, we're actually coming into the final week, the grand final. And there's been some shocking things. This is some of the biggest cup sets in Australian football history has actually taken place this year. Before we talk about, obviously, the main culprit, which everyone probably knows, I'd just like to say that the semi-final between Macarthur and Oakley Cannons is shortly to be played. And obviously an NPL team in the semi-final, beautiful from Oakley Cannons. But if they actually pull this off against Macarthur, we could see one of the biggest cup sets of all time, considering that we have a double NPL final. The other team, obviously, would be the giant killers that they might be known as at the moment, Sydney United 58. Now, Braith and Brayden, you guys might have heard this story, but pretty much Sydney United 58 have come all the way through the qualifying stages of the Australia Cup, or what used to be known as the FAA Cup. And they've just beat every team that come through. They have absolutely demolished the competition this year. For an NPL side from Sydney that isn't even the A-League, they've demolished teams such as recently Western United. They beat them on penalties. Scenes when that final penalty went in. And then second of all, Brisbane Roar 3-2. Extra time. Absolutely amazing fixture. Goal from these local club with all these local boys that half of them aren't actually getting paid to play, and most of them are coming from just boyhood clubs and stuff like that. It's actually great to see. What are your thoughts on this, Braith and Braden?
Yeah, look, it's really good to see. I mean, just local boys, and actually showing their skill and beating big clubs such as Brisbane Roar and all that. So yeah, it's really good.
I love that they're getting the opportunity to show how good they are as well in beating the major clubs.
Yeah, of course. It's such a big thing. Sydney United 58. They're going to be such. It shows how much a run like this can do for a club. Sydney United 58 will be on the map now in Australian football forever. They'll always be remembered for those, the NPL team that made it to the final. If they win it, that'd be one of the biggest things in Australian football of all time. And I'll say that right now because Sydney United 58, an NPL team, taking on all of the A-League sides. Now, other things on the side of the Australia Cup. Obviously, there's been other games, cup sets for myself, Braden, Braith, our team, Central Coast Mariners, gone out. Braden, do you want to explain that game? Yeah, I'm sure you watched it.
Which game, sorry?
Sydney FC.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Was that the one last week?
Yeah.
I didn't go to that one. I didn't really know it was on until it happened. It was a crazy game though. I saw the highlights.
Yeah. Unfortunate for us. Actually, no, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I'm talking about the right game because I think I phrased that wrong. But the game in the Australia Cup, maybe a month ago, where we went out to Sydney FC. Obviously, that was round of 32. I think it was Leichhardt Oval, something like that. But yeah, we went out. See, I knew you would have been to that one, Braden. He's a massive Mariners fan. So how was that game? How was that game?
I loved it. It was a really long game. It went further than it was hoping to, but yeah, it was a great game. The thing at the end, I'm not sure what it was, but they were kicking goals. Yeah, and then after that, a riot broke out. It was on the news actually, 7 News. If you watch that, there was a riot after the game.
Yeah, there was. I actually believe it was Western Sydney Wanderers fans. They, even though they're not even involved, they played that night, I believe, as well. But they weren't even involved in that game. But they were just there at Leichhardt Oval causing a ruck, and stuff happened, and things were being thrown at each other. Sydney FC fans were getting a bit rowdy. But yeah, it's not the best thing to see. But yeah, it was an interesting game. Central Coast Mariners obviously going out on penalties, very unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now, Braden, this is directed towards you. I know that you've been to a lot of Mariners games over the last few seasons, and possibly even the preseason ones. What's your general thoughts on how Mariners are going right now?
Actually doing really good. Like on all the games, they've been performing excellently, and it's great to see that how much the Mariners have improved over the years. Like they landed in the top 5 of the ladder. They made it into the finals, but unfortunately we didn't go very far. But yeah, I'm proud to see that the Central Coast Mariners are improving a lot, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Like I'm glad to see the Mariners getting more recognition in the A-League.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. That's what everyone's saying. Recognition in the A-League for the Mariners, absolutely amazing. Yeah, good thing to see. Good thing to see. Right. Well, to wrap up the sport recap for this week, the Tahmana sport recap, I'm actually going to get a video playing over the screen right now. I'm just going to play that quickly.
Shamrock Rovers fans were chastised online when video emerged of them celebrating.
So what you've just seen was football fans chanting about the Queen's death on the morning of the death. Now, I'd just like to say that was, this is a little bit, I don't know if it was a little bit too soon, a little bit too far. It's an interesting chant, to be honest with you, and obviously I had a bit of a laugh at it, but some people would have said that it was a bit too far, so I'm not going to put an opinion on it. What do you guys think of that? Chanting Lizzie's in a box. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I reckon it was too soon.
Obvious.
You can go first if you want, bro.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Beggsy. Yeah, I reckon. Look, probably was a bit too soon, a bit too far, maybe. Look, it was a little funny, I guess, but like, yeah, some people probably would have taken offense to that if they really, follow all the royals and all that kind of BS. But yeah, is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it is what it is in the end of the day. Now, obviously, unfortunate, the Queen passed away, but they didn't have to bring it into sport, so to say. I know, personally, the morning the Queen passed away, or the morning for Australians, obviously, I was up watching the Manchester United game where we lost 1-0, and it was one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, man. Old Trafford was emotional. Old Trafford, the players didn't seem on it. It was, everything, even down to the broadcasting system. It's black screen the entire time. Game comes on, no advertisements, just black screen straight off. I haven't seen anything like that before, actually. Now, there's a joke going around saying that actually the Queen drew the line at seeing Ronaldo play in the Europa League for the first time in his career, considering that she passed away a couple of hours before the game. I mean, hey, it's kind of the truth. But I'm going to leave that out as well. That might be a topic for another day in the sport recap for the BNT podcast. But that wraps up the BNT podcast sport recap, or the Tahmana sport recap. So I'm going to pass that back over to you, Braith. Go ahead.
So, yeah, obviously, looking at the time of my recording, this is a pretty short episode. I would like to mention there was no episode last week due to our guest just couldn't be fucked recording. That literally was his words. So I'm going to talk a bit about the episode before that because I actually forgot to talk about it at the start of the episode. So I'm still going to talk about it at the end of the episode. But yeah, we previewed the game show, which was really good to see. It brought a tear to my eye and everyone's eye. And it's gotten everyone keen for the game show, and everyone's really keen and wants to see the game show. So by the time this episode's out, it should already be out, hopefully by Wednesday, and then this episode out Friday. But yeah, if you haven't already, check out the preview and the game show. And we'll talk more about the game show in next week's episode, see how it's going. But yeah, it was good. What are your thoughts, Beggsy, on the episode and the game show preview?
Yeah, the game show preview. I haven't seen all of it, but like, I'm really excited to watch it. I'm sure it'll be really great, and I'm glad that 2 videos are being posted this week on the B&T Podcast YouTube channel. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, because we didn't do the episode last week, we have to do another video, which is the game show, to make up for it. What are your thoughts, Tahmana, since you actually made the game preview?
Well, while I'm munching on my yogurt right here, I'd just like to say, appreciate all the support on the preview. As all of you guys said, it brings a tear to our eyes every time we watch it. It was emotional. It was a roller coaster of emotions, some may say, Blake. But I don't think you guys are ready for this game show. This game show is going to be amazing.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, exactly right. So everybody get keen, turn on the notification bell for when the game show comes out. Well, it should already be out, but make sure you like, subscribe, all that bullshit. But yeah, make sure you check out the TikTok and all that. It'll be in the link tree, or if you see the QR code, make sure you scan it, check it out. And yeah, thanks so much, Beggsy, for coming on this week's episode. Really appreciate it,
I
mate.
loved it. Thanks for having me. I've been watching for ages.
No, you're welcome anytime.
I've been a fan for ages.
Yeah, obviously, Beggsy's a big fan. Big fan. He's always been in the live
Yeah, I
chat,
rated
so it's really good to have him on
I
the
rated
poddy.
the poddy 5 stars. Look where it's gotten me on an episode. You guys should do the same.
Exactly
if you haven't already.
right.
Do it. Go on the Spotify, rate it 5 stars.
Everybody, go right now, listen to Beggsy, and we'll see you on the next
See you in the next one,
episode.
guys.
Yeah, peace out.
I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. I'm on my board, we play in the West, always on the run.